So hi everybody, welcome to the webinar. Thank you for joining. So we've got myself, I'm the General Manager of IoT Solutions here at the Ausmeter Group and idatanet. We've got Rod Chalker, who is Sales Director for idatanet. And then we've got Jerry and Ken from Altai as well. So Rod will kick us off, but if you have any questions during the presentation, feel free to pop it in the chat room. We'll be recording the session and we'll share it with you all afterwards as well. Thanks very much, Rod. I'll let you take it away.
Thanks, James, for the intro, mate. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the idatanet Altai webinar. So, quick overview, and pretty much as James has got it up on the screen there, we're a subsidiary of the Ausmeter Group, been around for roughly the 30-odd years. Our wireless and IoT knowledge from the utility space, we're taking into other industries across Australia and developing into new products and different walks of life. So our wireless technologies is very cost effective. We have, as it says there, scalable solutions throughout remote communication devices, management and data collection in edge to cloud information and things like that. So our specialist expertise, as you can see, lies in building coverage. Wi-Fi, Super Wi-Fi through internal buildings, our long-range Wi-Fi networks supported by the Altai range. And we do some cellular connectivity with cellular networks. We capture some remote and asset data from those things. And our custom-made IoT solutions and designs and system integration are things we're moving more and more into these days. So, bit of a brief overview of who we are and what we do. You'll obviously see some of the slides as we go through it today. It gives a bit more of an overview of where we've played our game and also aim to play more of our game in the real world. So thanks for joining, and I'll hand it over to Jerry, and Jerry can take it from here.
Okay, thank you, Rod. So let me share my screen. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, mate.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So it's a great pleasure for me to present Altai solution to everybody. And the topic today is powering industrial automation with Altai Super Wi-Fi. Okay, first an overview of some numbers. Okay, Altai is a world-leading large coverage Wi-Fi solution provider. Our flagship products can provide the coverage range up to 1.7 kilometers for normal clients, like smartphones or laptops under line of sight conditions. So far, we have delivered more than 1 million units to more than 100 countries. One notable market is the container port Wi-Fi coverage, in which we have more than 200 container port customers who have deployed our solutions. Altai has been in the Wi-Fi industry for more than 15 years, and we are trusted by more than 500 industry leaders. Okay, next page, Altai at a glance. Altai was established in 2006, but our technologies had been incubated since 2002 in Astri. Astri is a Hong Kong government-funded research institute. Okay, in there, we invented our 8x8 MIMO smart antenna technology. By 2012, we have deployed more than 50,000 units in China by the big three mobile network operators, serving more than 50 million subscribers. Altai is headquartered in Hong Kong with R&D center in Shenzhen, China. We have our production in Taiwan, sales representatives in multiple regions globally. And we have well-established sales channels in most countries. Our core technologies are in smart antennas, wireless signal processing, and system optimization to achieve large coverage, high performance Wi-Fi network. We are a member of Wi-Fi Alliance. We are certified vendor of Facebook Express Wi-Fi and also shortlisted solution provider of many international enterprise groups. This page lists Altai's major industrial customers in several important segments, including manufacturing, logistics, mining, oil and gas, power plants, and ports. For example, in smart manufacturing, our customers include Shanghai Volkswagen, Foxconn, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Semingao factories. In logistics, our solution has been adopted by major e-commerce companies in China in their smart warehouses, like Cainiao from Alibaba, JD.com, SF Express, EMS, etc. Another industrial segment that's worth mentioning is the ports, especially container ports. Our solution has been approved and adopted by major ports management groups in the world, like DP World, Bolloré, CMA, CGM, and Hutchison ports. So what are the problems in wireless communication, especially for industrial applications? First, lack of coverage. Most industrial facilities are large in area with limited sites for equipment installation, such as the Wi-Fi APs. And normal Wi-Fi APs may not be able to provide the coverage needed with a lot of coverage holes. And the second challenge is the mobility handover and the roaming requirements in industrial applications. Automated guided vehicles, or AGV, or automated mobile robots, AMR, have been widely used in industrial automation. Seamless roaming and low latency in handover are critical requirements, especially for mission-critical use cases. The third, reliability. Many industries have 24/7 operations that require highly reliable wireless connectivity under all weather environment conditions. The fourth, the cost. Cost is always a consideration, not only in terms of the CAPEX, but also OPEX. A cost-effective solution with easy maintenance is always desirable. Scalability is also an important consideration because your solution must be scalable in terms of the number of devices to be installed. As we just mentioned, sometimes you cannot simply rely on increasing the number of devices for large area deployment because there are not so much locations for installation. And last but not the least, compatibility. There are different wireless technologies for providing wireless communication to industrial applications, but the availability of client devices that support the wireless technology to be adopted is an important factor to be considered, which actually may affect the cost of the solution and also ease of post-deployment maintenance, etc. Wi-Fi is the most accessible wireless technology with over 18 billion devices, which offers customer abundant choices. Okay. In this page, we give a comparison of Altai Super WiFi with the standard Wi-Fi and also 4G, 5G network to highlight our advantages and the reasons why you should choose Altai. First, the coverage. Okay, most other vendors offer Wi-Fi equipment with an outdoor range of a few hundred meters. But Altai Super Wi-Fi can provide a coverage range up to 1.7 kilometers, just for normal clients like smartphones and laptops. 4G, 5G network can provide a similar large coverage, but at a much higher total cost of ownership, because the system is much more complex and it requires more installation, configuration, and maintenance efforts. Moreover, 4G, 5G requires licensed spectrum, and is not available yet in some countries, and also has limited client devices for various industrial applications. On the other hand, Wi-Fi is globally available without the need for licensed spectrum, and there are abundant client devices for selection in the market. Mobility and fast roaming support are important requirements for many applications, especially industrial automation. But achieving this is non-trivial, especially for Wi-Fi. Of course, 5G network can have a good mobility performance, but as we said, it's much costly technology. For standard Wi-Fi, the roaming latency can be easily larger than 150 milliseconds. Altai has developed the so-called always connect feature, which substantially reduces the roaming latency by providing redundant links. And actually, we have converted the handover latency to link switching latency, which can reduce the latency as low as 10 milliseconds for multiple CPEKs and sub 100 milliseconds for single dual band CPEKs. And we will go to that part again later. Okay, in the following slides, we will show some highlights of our Super Wi-Fi core technologies. And first, our patents. Altai's core technologies are in smart antennas and digital signal processing, which enables us to achieve outstanding Wi-Fi performance in terms of coverage, capacity, and reliability. We have patents in both US and China. This page shows a selected list of those patents. Just for example, the antenna beam scanning for improved communications, low cost, multi-beam, multi-band, and multi-diversity antenna for wireless communications, adaptive interference control, etc. Okay, I will not go through one by one. And our smart antenna technologies. The first, 8x8 MIMO technology. As we know, MIMO was introduced into Wi-Fi for the first time in the standard AO2.11n, basically Wi-Fi 4, which is around the time of 2009. However, Altai already realized the 8x8 MIMO in the AO2.11 ABG era, when there were no MIMO chips available yet. We implemented the 8x8 MIMO through a system architecture design, which realized that TX beamforming and RX diversity using 8 antennas, which can substantially increase the link budget and the coverage range, making Wi-Fi suitable for outdoor and complex indoor environments. The first advantage 8x8 MIMO brings us is the super coverage. As mentioned in the last slide, 8x8 MIMO enables us to realize TX beamforming and RX diversity which substantially increase the link budget. Therefore, we can achieve 5 to 10 times larger coverage as compared to a standard 3x3 MIMO AP in the market. And dynamically directing beams to Wi-Fi clients could increase the link gain by as much as 14 dB. This enables us to achieve almost a similar coverage as 3G, 4G, 5G cells, and hence can deploy our solution co-location with the cellular base stations. Actually, this is a very big advantage for mobile network operators because they save their site cost and all other power, backhaul, those costs. We know Wi-Fi operates in the ISM band, where there are lots of devices or appliances like Bluetooth earphones and microwave ovens, and hence anti-interference capability is crucial to Wi-Fi's performance. We use several technologies to achieve super interference immunity. Firstly, our products support auto channel selection. Okay, we always choose the best channel. Actually, we also adjust operating channel on the run by monitoring the surrounding RF environments. When there's interference, we may change to another channel, which have better performance. And we also enjoy intrinsic anti-interference advantage due to the directed narrow beams. Let's take in the left diagram as an example. And when there's interfering AP at the neighborhood, only when the beam is directed to the interfering AP direction. For example, here we have a clients communicating with the AP, and our Super Wi-Fi AP will be affected. But when our AP is communicating with other clients, not in this direction, for example, here or other sectors where we use narrow beams, so it will not be affected. On the other hand, a standard AP without beamforming capability will not be able to communicate with any clients in its coverage once being interfered by another AP. Altai Super Wi-Fi technologies can also bring us super Wi-Fi capacity, in particular by the following two technologies. The first, Altai patented smart antenna technology could increase the link budget, as we have just said, resulting in higher SNR and hence data rates at the same distance. Higher link data rates would lead to higher transmission efficiency and the system throughput. Based on our test, the median throughput could be increased by 5 times. Altai Super Wi-Fi technology also optimized the capacity by achieving airtime fairness between high rate and low rate clients. Thus able to increase the overall system capacity by 2 times or more. This slide shows the fast handover and the smart roaming for automation. We actually achieve such a good performance through the following technologies, basically listed 3. The first at the CPE side. Altai CPE has enhanced active background scanning to find the target AP in short time. It also has versatile roaming related configuration parameters like scanning threshold, handover threshold, etc. to optimize the handover performance based on the actual deployment scenario. For non-Altai clients, for example, okay, you do not use our CPE. Altai AP also has some mechanisms to enhance the handover performance of non-Altai clients. Okay, firstly, our AP will proactively monitor the client connection status and use standard mechanism like AO2.11 KVR, these standards, or non-standard mechanisms, for example, based on the client RSSI, packet error rates, etc., for facilitating client roaming. To mitigate the effects of poor handover decisions made by the clients alone. And we also have inter-AP communication. Okay, the Altai AP is involved in the roaming communication. In the roaming, we'll communicate with each other to enable intelligent packet buffering and forwarding, thus reducing the packet loss to zero. Basically, no packet loss at all. We also developed the so-called always connected feature for industrial applications where high reliability of the communication link is required. The feature basically implements active plus a standby links, which also with a fast link switch mechanism. Basically, the feature monitors the link quality in real time and always sends data through the best link. It typically has two deployment scenarios. One is the using multiple CPEs. Basically, in certain situations, you can install multiple CPEs in mobile units, and each CPE is connected to some AP and provide one backhaul link. So there are multiple backhaul links, and link switching will happen when the backup link is found to have a better performance than the currently active link. And so basically the link switching can happen very quickly. Okay, it can be the latency can be as low as 10 milliseconds. The second scenario is okay, we do not use multiple CPEs, but you can use a single dual band CPE, and this CPE will turn on its 2.4G and 5G radios, and each radio is connected to some AP, and so there again two backhaul links, and for this case we can achieve handover latency to 100 milliseconds. Okay, in the following we will show you our products lineup. Firstly, the outdoor product. This is our A8 series. You can see here. This is A8 series, our flagship products that are equipped with 8x8 smart antennas and can provide the largest coverage. For example, this A8 EIN AC, it has a built-in 8x8 antenna array and provides a directional sectorial coverage. This has the furthest distance up to 1.7 kilometers, as we just mentioned. And this one, AN AC, this model uses 4 external 2x2 sector antennas, which can provide the most flexible coverage by adjusting the orientation and the down tilt angle of individual antennas. Of course, typically the full sector antennas can provide 360 degrees coverage, with each covering almost a quadrant. The AIN can be considered as this one, but with all the antenna integrated. So it's basically an omni-coverage AP. A3EI is our high-performance 3x3 dual-band AP with both 2.4G and 5G antenna integrated. Both band antennas are integrated here. And it can also provide large coverage up to 1 kilometers. And it's very handy for installation. A2 and AX500 are the two models that are 2x2, okay. Where A2 has 16 dBi built-in 5G antennas, and it can also be used for wireless bridging, in addition to working as APs. It can also work as wireless bridges. And this one, X500, it supports AO2.11 AC Wave 2, and hence the multi-user MIMO. And we also have the C series, okay, C1N, C1AN, C2S, CX200. These are more affordable models. These can be used as CPE and repeaters in addition to APs. The C1N, C1AN, C2S are with built-in directional antennas, where C1N supports the 2.4 gigahertz, C1AN supports 5 gigahertz, and the C2S are dual band. And the CX200 are with external antennas. It's also a dual band product, supports multi-user MIMO. And other than these APs, we also have ATEX enclosures. This is for anti-explosion scenarios like oil and gas field and ports, such locations. This page is our indoor products lineup. The A3C, A3W, 3x3 dual band APs, which can be ceiling mounted and or all mounted. The IX500, IX600 are more affordable ones, supporting 2x2 MIMO. Actually, IX600 is already a Wi-Fi 6 AP, and it also has built-in Bluetooth Low Energy modules for IoT support. We also have products specifically designed for industrial applications. For example, the VX200 industrial CPE and the MIS series industrial PoE switches. They all supported DIN rail mounts, and they all have anti-shock vibration design. And so this is specifically for industrial applications. Regarding the Wi-Fi management, we have a cloud-based solution, so-called Altai Care, and also controller-based solution called Altai Gate. For Altai Care, we support both public clouds, Amazon Web Services, and also private cloud, some virtual machine-based deployments. Okay. And for the controller solution, actually it supports setting up tunnels between APs and the controller, so that all the traffic will pass through the controller for centralized processing and forwarding. This scenario is necessary for certain applications where you want all your traffic go through a central location, so that you can have, for example, deep packet inspection or those kind of security concerns. Okay, in the following, we'll share with you some case studies, our deployments in the world. Firstly, the container ports. Okay, as we have mentioned, Altai has been digitalizing more than 200 container ports in the world, and our smart antenna technologies provide a superior non-IF site coverage performance, and also adaptive beamforming is especially suitable for dynamic environments like the container stacks. The pictures in these slides are the deployment in Dunkirk, France. In this project, our flagship AAN base stations are installed on the light towers to provide coverage for the container yard area. And by deploying our APs, our solution, the management and the operation efficiency of the port have now been greatly improved. And actually, the customer was very satisfied with our performance. In the container ports industry, we have also seen a trend in deploying automated RTG, rubber tired gantry, automated RTG or ARTG. By deploying such ARTGs, basically you don't need a driver for the RTG traditionally, okay. ARTGs are operated remotely from the operation center under the help of real-time video monitoring of the container movements and also the operational commands, basically in the forms of PLC control messages. Okay, this would require a high throughput and a low latency for such data transmission. The solution is to use a so-called waveguide, okay, like this. Okay, these are waveguide. Waveguide basically confine the Wi-Fi signal into the guide, okay. By doing this, okay, you can have a lower signal loss during the transmission and also good anti-interference performance. The pictures in this slide is our deployment in Hong Kong, international terminal line, okay. And in this project, there are 45 A2E AP are deployed for line waveguide lines, and each waveguide line has one A2E working as AP and 4 A2E working as CPE. Basically, each ARTG will be equipped with a A2E CPE. So it's like 1 to 4 point to multi-point deployments. And the system enables 36 ARTGs to work simultaneously through remote control center. The HD videos and the PLC control signals are transmitted in real time for the operator in the central control office to move the containers in great accuracy. This greatly reduced the manpower and improved the efficiency. This page shows our deployment in oil and gas terminal in Malaysia. Okay, in this port, we deployed 33 Altai APs. Actually, here's a comparison. Okay, there were a proposal using standard Wi-Fi APs, while the proposal used 150 APs. Okay. But our solution only uses 33 APs. By using only 33 APs, we provided the full coverage to about 1 square kilometers area This allows the workers to use the wireless communication facilities and operates all those facilities remotely. As you can see, for such a scenario, we would use the ATEX enclosure, explosion-proof enclosure boxes here like this. And in this project, with the support our CPE, C1N and CPE, our A2, here's an A2 deployed here at the jetty, can even provide the Wi-Fi coverage to the at the bridge of this very large crude carrier VLCC. Okay, so that allow the workers there on the bridge to use the Wi-Fi for operation purposes. And we also have deployment in airports. This page shows our deployments in the world's 8th busiest international airport. Is in Istanbul, Turkey, Ataturk airports. This is mainly for efficient airport ground services, for ground services applications, which include internet access, mobile surveillance, voice over IP, and luggage tracking, and others. For airport deployment, the challenges are the area is very large. Okay, you require large area coverage, and there are also limited installation sites, and it would require network robustness, especially when there are aircraft parking there and block your signals. And our solution is that we deployed totally 40 AAEIN base stations. Actually, here there are some locations there. These are where our APs are installed. Totally 40 AAEIN at the poles or lamp posts. Okay, at the apron area. We also deployed the A2 on the ground services vehicles. So that it can connect to the AP and real-time stream the camera video to the back end. And we also use our controllers to provide dynamic VLAN assignments so that for more efficient and secure the user management. Basically, our solution has significantly reduced the number of APs and shortened the network deployment time by 1/3 as compared with the customer's original schedule. Our solution has also been deployed in Boeing Airfield in Seattle, and we also got a silver award from Boeing for this deployment. And manufacturing plant. Okay, this is actually what I mentioned, the Volkswagen factory in Shanghai. And there are totally 7 Altai base stations deployed like this. And you can see the environment is very complex. Many metal racks and blocking, signal reflection blocking. And but even in such a complex environment, the average signal strength at a distance of 200 meters away from the APE can still be as high as -60 dBm, so which is a fairly strong signal. And also with such new wireless network, the real-time data at the production line can be transferred to the control room for monitoring and record. And this page shows a warehouse example, a project. This is one of the world's largest e-commerce company warehouse. Okay, and our AP have been deployed to provide redundant coverage and seamless roaming for HVs. you can see this is a fairly large warehouse, and our APs installed at the two corners like this. Two corners and two APs provide redundant coverage like shown here. And we also have a comparison of our solution with a standard AP solution. This warehouse is around 100,000 square feet. Okay, it's a pretty large warehouse. And our solution uses only two APs as shown here, okay, with redundancy. But the original solution uses 20 APs without coverage redundancy, and also they suffered the poor roaming performance of the HVs, and they support only at most 50 HVs. But our solution with only two APs, we can support up to 80 HVs. And basically, Altai solution has a total cost of ownership of only 1/3 of the original solution. However, we performed much better. This is a power plant example. It's in Hong Kong. For power plant coverage, the challenges are very large area and a very long distance, and limited and challenging installation sites. For example, in this chimney, and we need to install APs on the top of the chimney, which is 200 meters above the ground. And in this project, we totally installed 18 units of AEIN and some A3EIs for access. And we also installed A2 for wireless bridging, and also C1XAN used as a CPE to extend the coverage of AEIN for smart metering. Okay. And also there are some video surveillance requirements, which we also connected the cameras into our Wi-Fi network. Okay, the result is that the electrical meters and the video surveillance cameras in the islands are all connected with the wireless broadband network provided by Altai Super Wi-Fi. And the data collected from the smart meters are transferred instantly to the power plant in another island, which is connected through the point-to-point bridges. Next is a mine project. Especially the open pit mines, okay. They have large open areas to cover, so Altai Super Wi-Fi is especially suitable for such scenarios. And the pictures here are from our deployment in Bolivia. And so there are totally 12 AEIN and 1 AN have been deployed for the long-range coverage. And we also installed A2 as a repeater on the mining trucks. So the AEIN base stations plus the A2 repeaters provide a reliable Wi-Fi network for all the workers here in the mine, allowing them to use various communication equipment and multiple mobile applications at the same time. And basically, our solution has improved the management and operational efficiency of the mine significantly. In addition to open pit mines, Altai Super Wi-Fi solution can also help with the digital transformation of the underground mines. This is our deployment in Mexico. In this project, here are A3EI. Totally 55 A3EI units have been deployed. They are deployed to connect their IoT platform, IoT gateways. Okay, their IoT system is used to manage the overall underground condition of the mine in order to facilitate the mining operations and also detect the workers' locations. And with our Super Wi-Fi network, which provide the connection of those IoT gateways to the backend system, the data collected by the sensors could be transmitted to the control room in real time. Okay, this last slide, and digital farming or smart farming. This is actually a project in Australia. Basically, the challenge is the large area coverage. By deploying our AAN base station, so we have achieved 100% seamless network coverage for the whole residential area. The staff can now access the network anytime, anywhere within the area. Okay, so that's more or less what I wanted to present today. And thank you very much. And if you have any question, okay, feel free to raise up.